This week on Hooligan Nation, it's part 2 of our love story, when KISS met MTV. This is still about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So stay tuned, because you got...
nothing to lose.
Ooh, we brought out the demon, Father Rocco.
You wanted the best? Well, they retired. So you got two dudes in a garage.
Talking KISS.
Welcome back to Hooligan Nation, a KISS-Centric Podcast. I'm Anthony.
Rocco.
You are. How's it feel to be 55?
I can't drive 55.
No, I know you can't drive 55. It's because you're...
I got a lead foot.
You're an old man. Now that we're done with that and the happy birthdays to the Father Rocco. What's up, hooligans?
What's up?
Prepare for another face-melting episode of the Hooligan Nation, the podcast where the riffs are loud, but our opinions are louder. Today, we're going to dive headfirst for the second time into the wild, outrageous, and sometimes weird world of KISS music videos. But before that, we have news, music we're listening to, and of course, our weekly poll. Hooligans, just an FYI, we're going to skip over our last episode recap because it's a part 1 and a part 2. News. You got any news?
I do, and it comes from Deadline.com. Foo Fighters marked the band's 30th anniversary with the release of a new song, Today's Song, the group's first new song since the 2023 album, But Here We Are. And I like what that band stands for. They're another band that's, you know, they have a lot of good fan interaction and stuff like that. So, and I'm actually curious to hear the new song. It's called Today's Song. They put good stuff down. So that's my news.
My news. I just thought this was a little interesting tidbit. I don't have anything against 3 Days Grace, but they are Father Rocco's favorite band at this point.
Wait, we're going to give you a Father Rocco symbol and one of these.
Oh.
I love 3 Days Grace. By now, if you've been listening, you know that.
So 3 Days Grace has joined a very elite group last week, and that is the Billion Group. They have had 1 billion downloads on Spotify.
So you know what that means.
Well, what that means is, hey, if you're a hooligan out there, including myself, by the way, and you haven't really given 3 Days Grace much time, maybe we should get together in like a small group of like 1,000 of us and have a group listen of 3 Days Grace to find out if Father Rocco is correct or not. Because I think I might have listened to like 30, 45 seconds of one song, and that's really all the time that I gave them. And I'm now going to jump back in because 1 billion downloads, well,
I'll give you a song to start with.
It's a lot.
I'll give you a song to start with. One of my favorite all-time songs, period. I Hate Everything About You. The constant riff throughout the song is awesome. But I think that means that I have good taste in music if they're getting that many downloads.
You know, I think that's the song that was downloaded 1 billion times.
It's an awesome song.
And one little more caveat to 3 Days Grace. When I was finding out that they were part of the Billion Downloads Club, I found out that they have a new album coming out the middle of August. So there's new music coming from them if you happen to listen to them and you like them.
Anxiously waiting.
Next. Oh, and I've been waiting for this. I got to move my mic.
What, does this have something to do with Nita Strauss?
Nope.
Oh, is that a Jackal shirt?
We have to discuss our voyage to the Jackal show. Now, unlike last time, we're not going to turn this into an entire episode, but I grabbed Father Rocco up. I threw him in a little backpack of mine, and we went to the Jackal show in Frenchtown, New Jersey. We both were born and raised in New Jersey. And I didn't know where Frenchtown was. I was there Saturday night, and I'm not sure that I know where Frenchtown is now.
No, it's Booneyville.
Man, I drove past. It was literally Jackal played literally at a bar. I drove past it. It was it's unexplainable.
Big venue though, big outside arena.
It was
Well, not big outside arena, but
arena.
general mission and not arena, but like a big, like a backyard,
It
backyard
looked
type.
it looked like a big backyard. Yeah.
Yeah, backyard.
I mean, it was cool. They had an outdoor stage. I'm not going to shit on their stage. They had good lighting. They had really good sound.
Yeah, very good sound.
It was it Artie's Bar and Grill?
Yep.
Artie's Bar and Grill. If you're in the area of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, I would say Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and you check out Artie's Bar and Grill, they do have quite a bit of live shows. I mostly cover bands.
Yeah, they got a Poison one coming up, I think, and a Rolling Stones one, I think.
But I got to tell you, people, number one, the food was good.
Yep.
Number two, the sound was good, which is always the most important thing to me. The lighting was good. The establishment was also good. I thought they ran a pretty good, for being a bar, they ran a pretty good concert. And of course, look, Jackal had like 4 bands warm up for them. No disrespect to any of those bands, but I didn't even pay attention to them. Now because we got all kinds of juice, not really. I have a in with Jesse James Dupree. So we used that in again, and we got a personal meeting. We spent about 15 minutes with Jesse James Dupree. It's the second time. The first time for me was last September. I spent about 3-4 hours with him before a concert and after a concert.
I'll tell you what, like, I got to say this. Like, it could have been, if he had the time, it could have been an hour. Like, I got to put this out there. Like, if you've watched him on Full Throttle Saloon and Jesse James, you've seen Jesse James Dupree, you know who he is. Maybe not even for Jackal. The dude likes people. Like, you could just tell, like, he's just a welcoming, great Southern hospitality kind of guy. That's what I got out of it. Really good guy.
I spent hours with him on a tour bus. That is the way he is. He treats everybody like they're gold. This is 2 times now. Like, I can't come up with anything bad to say. Let me put it to you this way. This is how amazing, and I am a Jackal fanboy. Okay, and I'm the first one to admit that. But I am a Jackal fanboy because of the guys in the band. Right? All of these guys were very cool to me when I met them the first time. We only got to meet Jesse this time. It was about 20 minutes before he went on. He had just showed up, because if you know anything about Jesse James Dupree, this is the hardest working man in the world that gets no days off. He's got his own liquor company. He's got his own sound company. He's got his own recording studio. He puts out Jackal music. He puts out Jesse James Dupree solo material. He does a bulk of the marketing and promotion for Harley Davidson. Like, this guy does not stop. He just goes like the Energizer Bunny. But what makes him different than everybody else is when you receive a text message at 11:30 at night from Jesse James Dupree saying, "Thank you." What are you thanking us for? He thanked us for coming out and supporting him and wanting to see him again. Who does that? What celebrity, star, what person of his caliber does that? Well, my answer is Jesse James Dupree.
I want to just add to that. Like, you knew him more than me. You were connected, and I kind of like stayed in the fringe and I was not trying to be too forward. I was just kind of listening. And at one point, like we went to take a picture, and he like grabbed me in a cool way, like he's known me his whole life. Hey, come here, man. Let's take a picture. Like stars don't do that. He's just a good dude. Like he makes you feel like if you meet your heroes, if you meet somebody real, like the same thing with George Lynch. Like I go back to, like I've had good experiences, but there's times where I think usually you don't get that experience.
So, not that I think that Jesse James Dupree is taking a break from his busy days, especially this time of year, since Sturgis is coming up. But just in case, if Jesse's watching this, from the Hooligans, thank you. Music we're listening to, you got anything?
I got 3.
Oh, well, it's a good thing I have none.
Okie dokie. So
this is a good time in the episode for me to take a drink.
okie dokie. There you go. That's a really nice mug you got there. What is that?
This is a 20-ounce drink container that would be available on our website, which is right above your head, hooligannation.com, and it comes in both black and white. I'm sorry. And
you're
white.
Making me thirsty, so I figure I'd take a swig too.
Yeah. Once again, we're just messing with you people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to do this every episode until we're off the air, probably. And it's 75% joke and 25% please buy our stuff because this is expensive.
We will always keep it real with you guys.
Go ahead with your music.
All right,
before I become a full-fledged used car salesman.
This is going to make it be warm to your heart, make you smile, because you're the cause of this.
Would you get that from your mother?
No.
She's been telling me I'm the cause of everything bad when it comes to you since we were like 2 years old. So
okay. So now that you got that out, that's cool. He's not. I would like to say you're lying, but you're not.
You're right. I'm not lying.
But when I say the band, you're gonna know. So I listened to Out of the Cellar, Rat, because you kind of like got that going last week. I've listened to White Snake's Slow and Easy album, and Slide It In, Slow and Easy song, Loving No Stranger, which I've always loved. And then I had an experience. Like, remember we were talking about how we look for complete albums?
Yep.
So Van Halen 1, I made it all the way through until the Ice Cream Man. So that album was almost 100% phenomenal. Ice Cream Man's kind of like a what's that Ace song? I Love My Dolls. It's kind of like an I Love My Dolls kind of tune. And On Fire, there's 2 songs that make it a not complete album. But Van Halen 1 is, I mean, I'm not like breaking a story here. Everybody knows it. But I've been listening to a lot of Van Halen too.
My favorite time of the episode.
Oh, it's a poll time.
It's poll time. Father Rocco is going to jump and dance on the pole for his birthday.
What? Huh?
No.
Oh, no.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Come on, we'll put you in the whole priest garb.
Didn't I just say I can't drive 55? I'm getting too old for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you'll break a hip.
Break something.
So our weekly polls can be found on our community tab on YouTube and on our Facebook group, The Hooligan Nation, a KISS-Centric Podcast. It is an open group. You can find it publicly and you can join it. Our question for this week is, how do you feel about KISS and other bands using backing tracks to supplement their live performances? Father Rocco. Thank you. What do you think?
I go back and forth with it. I don't want it to replace things completely. There's moments where backing tracks, say you have like orchestra, I know your favorite thing. You have certain parts of songs that help complete it that you need in the background. Do I think that it should be there to like completely replace certain things? I mean, I honestly, I love music for the most part when it's very raw, not necessarily demo quality, but like when it's like pure, like garage band type stuff. So, I mean, I go back and forth with it because there are times where it is useful, but I would say probably on the poll, I would say people would be against it.
All right. It's way too late for this. but let me clarify. I'm not talking about orchestra. And look, if there's hooligans out there that have a problem with that, like you just have a false grip on reality. No band is going to bring an orchestra on tour, just like I fully understand that if you have keyboards in one song, I don't expect the band to bring a keyboard player for that one song. Like, I have no issue. Personally, I have no issue with that. Where my issue comes in is when, and I should have been more specific about it. What I'm talking about is supplementing lead vocals. And I should have been more specific about it, I guess. And if you want to complain, send the complaints to him because he's our complaint department.
I'll file them under F and G.
Yeah. So my next question is, what do you think the hooligans said?
I would think if you, from a general sense, if you're looking at it from a general sense, people would think that you're talking about like lip syncing. So I would say it's a high percentage of people who don't like it.
I was surprised at how high. So you had three choices, hooligans. First choice was, I'm good with it. 5% of you answered that you were good with it. Next choice was, it's okay under certain circumstances. Certain circumstances, Blackie. Certain circumstances, Paul Stanley, end of the road tour. 15% of you said you were okay with it under certain circumstances. And your last choice was, no, I'll stay home. And just in case some of you are not mathematicians, 80% of the hooligans said they'll stay home, which I don't disagree with the 80%. That's the first thing. But my question is, if that 80% reflects all music fans, and obviously it cannot, because if it did, I would say that these bands would not do this. More accept it, and that's why these bands do it. Thank you all for voting. We do a weekly poll every week on our Facebook group and on our community tab. We do have a poll up right now. As usual, no, I do not remember what the poll is, and we film a couple weeks in advance, so even if I did know and I told you, it would be wrong. So slide over to our community poll or our Facebook group and drop in there and vote, because it's your right as a hooligan. All right, Father Rocco. Thank you. Are you ready?
Nope.
Part 2 of our When KISS Met MTV the Video Years. I might be more excited for part 2 than I was for part 1, and my excitement is based almost solely on the fact that we get to start out with one of the most legendary music videos that KISS ever put out.
Let's put the X in sex.
Let's put the X in sex. Yes. Let's put the X in sex. First, this is 100% the Paul Stanley Band music video. Gene doesn't even know the song. It's so very obvious in the video. Gene walked in, somebody gave him a bass, probably didn't plug it in. Gene doesn't even look like he knows the words of the song. And on top of that, this is tidbit and nugget time, kids. If you don't know this, this is the first and only music video that Paul does not have a guitar on him and doesn't play a guitar in the video. That was mind-blowing to me. Also, so many KISS fans hate this song and this video, but this is an iconic moment in KISS history because Paul is making a statement to the entire world. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. And I actually like the overall look of the band with all leather.
I'm a goofball, but I like the song.
It's a catchy tune. It's kind of like a It's kind of like a lost song that gets lost in the shuffle for me. But if it's on, I won't turn it. I won't skip it.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not putting it on a playlist usually, but if somebody puts it on, I do like the song.
Got a nice groove. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely does have a nice groove.
And just like Bruce said in a recent interview, it was the MTV era for music.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got all those mid 80s MTV little things in the video. You had to have hot chicks. You had to dress flashy. You know, how flashy was depended on what kind of music you were playing, but you had to dress flashy and you had to do those sort of things, or each band felt like they had to do those sort of things.
I like how they had the women marching in that with shades at one point to music, and then they took the shades off. But they were marching to the music in the video. It was pretty cool, and I love Bruce's purple guitar. There's gonna be a recurring theme. I want that blue guitar that Bruce had the purple guitar that Bruce had in that video.
Let me ask you this question. Who do you think studied Robert Palmer video? Was it Paul or Gene? Because
Gene.
somebody studied it to copy it.
Had to be Paul.
Well, somebody studied it to copy it the way they did.
Yeah, there's definitely that vibe in it.
Next up. The second song off of Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. You Make Me Rock Hard. The most over-the-top
no cancer culture here.
KISS song ever. and I am on record as saying in a past episode that You Make Me Rock Hard is even too far from me. You could never do this today. But this is such a fitting video for the time because KISS, by all accounts, were a circus. They were. Gene Simmons played a Gibson Grabber bass in this video.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was doing some research on some of it, and it looks like an Explorer. It's not a shape that I'm used to seeing Gene playing.
I think it's the first and only time we see this bass.
Yeah, Gene didn't play like shapes of that, like that kind of shape too often.
Right. And also we get Paul the gymnast with a chainmail shirt. What more can you ask for? I didn't know Paul was a gymnast. Did you?
No.
And that, I hope he doesn't go to the beach with that shirt on. That could be a painful experience.
Yeah, I would say so.
Next up.
Good song. Ace did the song too. Hide Your Heart. Good video. It starts out with a silhouette of the city and the subway. And then it goes into the band performance. I got some interesting tidbit on this event for this video.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Paul has a very different guitar that I've never seen him play before. It's by Hammer Guitars. It's a custom-made Hammer Scarab guitar prototype that was never mass-produced. It's a one-of-a-kind.
Look at you with the nuggets and tidbits.
There you go.
Wow.
I figured you'd like that.
Who's a big boy now?
Putting the work in.
You know what I'm going to do for that?
Wow. I'm honored.
Look, I'm not a big fan of Hide Your Heart. I don't know why. I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of the video either. But it is like a mini movie, which is cool.
It's very commercial.
Yes. And I think that's what they were going for. Mm-hmm. And, they started to ease up on the makeup. They started to go away from the colors, going back to muted colors and black. Even the instruments have been toned down. This is the beginning of a new era for KISS. And I think it's a good thing. I'm just like, I'm not hating on Hide Your Heart.
Hey, listen, it's a well-produced song. It's a good commercial pop, but it's a popsy song.
Well, but I can the
good storyline, good lyrics.
I can like pop music. I'm kind of indifferent to this song, and I'm a little indifferent to the video too, which
You
is
like it?
weird for me because I'm very video centric. But this video just never did it for me. And there's cool things in it, like you know, the shots. If you want to get all technical with artistry, the shots are from a helicopter. They're on a rooftop. All these things that should have been cool, and honestly, all these things that were cool in other videos, I don't know, just didn't do it for me for whatever reason. And I don't really know. I could never answer the reason why. Next up, we have to give this one to you also, I guess.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite Kiss songs of
All
all
right.
time. Yeah,
You
it's
take
acoustic.
you take forever.
All right, as an acoustic player, I love this song. I love singing this song. It's a future song I'm going to do at open mics. I love the lighting in the video. I love just the acoustic feel overall and the whole band setting with the lighting in that video. It's kind of simply done, but it mirrors the video mirrors the song, I think, perfectly. I love the feature guitar solo with the black acoustic guitar. I think I did look it up. It's a Gibson Black Dove acoustic guitar, and he rented it for the video. Bruce rented it for the video.
More tidbits and
More
nuggets.
there you go.
My God,
but-
look at you.
Thank you. One thing that I've noticed after seeing this, you know how I love obviously I've said it many times, the rain scene in Tears Are Falling of Bruce.
Yes,
But
I'm pretty sure that every hooligan knows that you love seeing Bruce all wet and shiny in the rain.
Oh, you're going away from really the theme that I'm digging there. But anyway, I love when the featured guitar solo where he's there, he's holding the guitar up like this. And I mean, Bruce doesn't get the credit so much of being a guitar hero like some of the others, but there's no doubt in my mind that Bruce is definitely one of my guitar heroes.
I agree completely. I got a couple things to add. The video came across to me as being a very toned down and not a look at me video at all, which I thought was good. I love this video for its simplicity and its artistic value.
Yeah, you nailed that.
Crazy, but great use of lighting and shadows. The song was the star, not any member. It's a good change of pace. Like it's a good video for where they put it in. I love the way it was shot. I love the simplicity of it. That's what, for me, that's what makes the video.
Next, we got
Oh,
Rise
there
to
we
It. You're
go.
definitely taking Rise to It. What I absolutely love about this video, it's kind of a really nice little way to start. They pull the curtain down and they give you a little bit of the two of them talking in the dressing room and doing their makeup and saying and having a conversation with what it may have been like. Hey, I think we could take the makeup off. We should take the makeup off. What do you think? We can't do that. Gene's saying, we're crazy. It basically starts out with that really cool part in the dressing room where they're having a conversation while they're putting the makeup on and stuff. I absolutely love that part of the video, and I like this song too.
Well, I got a little tidbit in here for you.
Cool.
Ben. I think this is a monumental moment that I don't think people give enough thought to. Paul and Gene putting the makeup on and the costumes back on for the first time since they took it off.
But isn't it cool how they captured that moment and put it out on video, you know?
Well, but the tidbit comes from that moment right there. But just them in makeup, go back to all the prior videos that we have talked about since Lick It Up. There is no sign of Kiss and makeup anywhere until Rise to It. Like they literally, it seems like they said, that was us. This is us now. We're not even going to address that. This is the first time that they address, hey, we're the Kiss that used to wear makeup and be superheroes and wear these costumes. It seems like this is the first time they actually address that. The cool thing is, according to then manager Larry Mazer, this was his idea. And he came up with it because every time he spoke to a promoter, they asked, when were the band going to put the makeup back on? So Larry Mazer decides, oh, you want the band to put the makeup on? Okay, we'll put it on in this video. And that's what he did, because he has said in more than one interview with more than one podcast that every time he called for a tour, promoters would say, well, when are they putting the makeup back on? Well, we can offer them this much money if they put the makeup back on. Now, for me, I can remember this was the first time that it was like, holy shit, the makeup coming back on might be a possibility. And that's kind of what I got out of that.
Good take.
Look, again, I think it's a good video altogether. It's a performance video. The positives, Gene and Paul look like they were getting along, at least on camera. I do like the song, which never hurts the video. And it's another monumental moment in history, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think that's a good point that you make. God Gave Rock and Roll to You. It's basically filmed in an airport hangar. And they're all like, as the performance video again, but they're basically just them in an airport hangar, and they're stomping in water. There's a lot of water around. They're stepping on and splashing. Paul's got a really cool looking Les Paul. The whole video, what I like about this video is and there's another video coming up that has this too, is they're flashing back. They have like it's a performance video, but then you're seeing little flashes back of the past band, little clips of them in makeup and stuff. I thought the video was really well done the way they did that.
I did too. But before I even talk about this at all, let's take a minute and pay homage to the late, great Eric Carr.
Absolutely.
For his dedication and determination. Because according to the story, he dragged himself out of bed while battling heart cancer, voluntarily, put on a wig because he had lost all of his hair from his cancer treatment, and spent 12 to 14 hours in an aircraft hangar surrounded by water. He may have been the most dedicated member to have ever played in KISS. The song is a great song. The video is a great representation of the band. It's simple and to the point.
Mm-hmm.
It is also the last time that KISS fans see Eric Carr live.
You know what? It's a God Gave Rock and Roll to You, the messaging in the song. It's also a nice way to kind of link Eric Carr to that, because, God Gave Rock. It's a very meaningful song. I mean, that's what I really like about the song, because one thing that KISS has always stood for is kind of like an example of, we did this, you can do this, and we love that. We love what we're doing. They've always stood for that.
And I have heard that Eric Carr fought pretty forcefully to be in this video, because he does not play on the song. And he doesn't play on the song because he was too sick to play. And look, we're not going to get into the drama of it, but depending on who you ask, you kind of get different answers. I don't know that it really matters at this point. The good thing is the powers that be allowed him to do what he wanted to do, and thank God they did, because he was dead a few months later.
He went out on his terms, and that's
right.
I mean, that's all he could ask for,
Right.
The other small little thing I like, you see Gene's bass. It's a it's a white bass, and it's got blood streaks all over it. I thought it was an interesting looking video.
And I believe it's a BC Rich bass.
It is. Well, it definitely has the shape of it. I don't know for sure,
right,
but it definitely has the shape of it.
The instruments were so interesting. Looking at all these videos, like, there was a lot of thought that went into instruments. And it's funny because so many of these instruments are in these videos and we never see them again.
Right. They're props, basically. Okay. So the song is Unholy. To me, what I get out of this. The video is really unique in the lighting and the way that it's done, and you see the demon. Like you, to me, this video epitomizes the demon persona probably the most since the makeup.
I love when you do this.
Nice little lead in.
People would accuse us of comparing notes sometimes. This is my favorite part of doing stuff like this. You know that? My first sentence, the demons come in the video.
Yeah.
And look, and part of the reason why I say that, again,
he's like this and he's got the evil look, and yeah, they
and if you listen to any interviews with Larry Mazer, who was their manager at the time, that's exactly what he wanted.
But he didn't want the tongue anymore.
Right, he didn't keep. He is on record as telling Gene to keep his tongue in his mouth, but KISS needed the demon back.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did in this video, and then differently in the next video.
Would you say
I thought was cool?
To lead on to continue with what you're saying, would you say it's probably the first 100% video where Gene felt like himself again on video?
Well, what I really think
in that character,
what I really think is this is the first video where the band found its identity without the makeup, the entire band.
That's kind of, yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't last that long, and that's a shame. But this is an important video in history. It's almost like a do-over moment. It was a song that could have been on Creatures of the Night. That's the first thing. That's probably the first song.
I like that, yeah.
That they had produced. I would say, well, I shouldn't say that. It's probably the first song that they produced after Animalize that would have fit on Creatures of the Night. It was that kind of hard song. They brought the actual demon back for the first time. Like everything, again, if you look at the video for its artistic value, it's dark. It flashes.
It's great camera work.
They're sending a different message to the fan base. Hey, this is a different KISS. We're moving out of one era and we're moving into another. At least that's how I took it.
They 100% encapsulate that.
And then you move off to Domino.
Another song I love.
And you right off the bat, we answer an age-old question. You, Father Rocco, thank you. Do you know what that question is?
Age-old question.
Yep.
Age-old question.
First 30 seconds of the video.
Guitar riff intro.
Nope.
I thought the interesting dynamic was you're talking about him in a car, like the whole video he's in a car, and I thought that was an interesting. You never see that before. That was like a new thing.
Nope.
It's not a band performance video.
Nope.
Like there's no live performance being done.
We answer the question. Yes, Gene does wear his sunglasses at night. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can see the morning light.
Good too.
Thank you.
You know what though? What did you think about him in the car the whole video? I thought I didn't remember that until I watched it again. It's pretty interesting how he's doing the whole song and he's singing it from a vehicle.
I think it's a cool video. What I like the most about it, even with Gene driving in the car, it's another great plug in and rip your face off video. Very little flash and bullshit. The music spoke. The music on Revenge spoke to the fan base.
It's got one of my favorite short guitar solos from Bruce too in this song.
And I think the band knew the music spoke. We don't have to do a flashy video. We don't have to do that. The music is going to speak for the video. So if you go back to the pomp and circumstance of let's put the X in sex and you make me rock hard, Kiss knew, hey, we don't need that for Revenge. Like, we just need to plug in and play. This song is going to carry us. And if you ask me, that entire album carried them. Unfortunately, I guess grunge started to come in, and that probably hurt the follow up for Revenge a little bit.
Every time I look at you, it's got an acoustic feel to it. I love Paul's guitar. I'm trying to think. It's a cool orange acoustic guitar. I, I think it's a Takamine guitar. I'm not positive what kind of guitar it is, but anyway, I like the acoustic feel. Paul needs a shave because he's got the 5 o'clock shadow in the video. Um, what you call it in the video? Bruce has what looks like an SG. He changes guitars in the video. He's got looks like he has an SG when Paul's playing the acoustic. Bruce is in the background, and an SG looks like he has an Angus special there. And then later on in the video, he has a different guitar, and I'm not really sure what kind of guitar that is, but of course I'm noticing the guitars. But I like the song. I thought they pulled off a nice video there, and it's got a nice acoustic feel.
So I think this is a beautiful song. From an artistic standpoint, this video has great scenery and great lighting. My only knock is the Paul Stanley 5 o'clock shadow. It is. I mean,
it was purposeful. They wanted to make that a point in the video. There's definitely.
Yeah, but that's my question. Were they trying to toughen Paul up?
I don't know.
If so, this was probably the wrong video and the wrong song. Was this the beginning of grunge Paul?
Maybe it was definitely purposeful though.
Or did he just break his razor that morning?
All right, so Psycho Circus. Every time I hear the name Psycho Circus, I think Impact. I go back to my seeing it live, but the video encapsulates that and really lets you see what it was like live. The best part to me is you don't see the vehicle, but you're basically the camera's bringing you right in to the big circus tent, and then boom, it opens up and they're in concert. I thought that was a really nice effect. There's a lot of animated things in it. I thought the video was really, really futuristic and really well done. It's a really cool video. I mean, I think I've said many times how much I love the song, how impactful it was for me, and I think the video really shows comes through good.
For me, it's probably the most anticipated Kiss music video that probably ever came out. My opinion on the video is Kiss did not disappoint. I love the 3D video effects. I just thought this was a great return. I mean, I've said this before. Now we all know that Ace and Peter didn't really play on the album, but we didn't know that at the time. And this was a return. This was the return of Kiss, and there was a lot of excitement around it. And to come out and spend the money, because it couldn't have been cheap.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Produce this kind of video, it was a great move at the absolute right time.
The last little take I got on that, to me, it seems like it was a very, very. There's times where Kiss has looked disorganized on things in the past. To me, this was a very, very organized video, and the messaging came through perfectly, and it was put together very well.
I'm going to go one farther. I think Larry Mazer doesn't get the credit that he should get, because I think you have to go back a few videos and go back a couple albums. And Larry Mazer is gone by the time Psycho Circus comes out. But maybe Larry Mazer's effect isn't gone. Because there's at least to me, there's a big difference between Unholy and before Unholy, and Unholy and after Unholy. Like the production got better, it got more pointed,
standards.
Yeah, like they were going for specifics.
Mm.
We need to put this video out. It needs to show this. When, after the reunion tour and putting out Psycho Circus the album, we need to come out with Splash. If you remember the video, MTV was yeah, it was starting. It was starting to go down. So they put this video out on a VCR tape, and it came with 3D glasses. Like they
Well, this was the time where
mass produced this.
this was the time where MTV started going, like when you go like this, they started going into reality shows and they started
Right.
weaning away from what made them great.
Right. So it's a good business move for KISS. And look, I'm not trying to take any credit away from Doc McGee. Doc McGee doesn't he doesn't need any more credit. I mean,
Oh, he's a legend.
the man managed Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, and Kiss in one lifetime, and that's just the tip of the highlights. Doc McGee did a great job, but I just wonder if Larry Mazur's influence was still felt during this time of, hey, what would Larry do?
Hmm.
I just wonder that. And that's another question that we can add that we'll ask Gene or Paul when they're never come on this show. Modern Day Delilah. Oh boy. This is a good song, and it's a great video that does a really good job promoting a live KISS experience. If I had never seen KISS before, this would have been enough to get me to go to their show. It showcases each member and shows all the pomp and circumstance of a KISS show. If you rewatch the video, every little gadget shtick thing that they do during a show is in that video. It's almost like a promotional video for the live show, which, considering the time, was probably a good marketing and promotion tool. Because you ain't making no money on selling records in 2009. So, let's put out this video and let's get these people to go to a KISS show.
I thought it was a nice touch having them as giants in the intro, with the stadium. They're like basically walking in as giants, and they're like bigger than the stadium, and they're walking on, and then they go into the performance. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. For Say Yeah, see above. It's the same kind of video.
Right.
It doesn't make it bad. I think it's just a sign of the times with music videos. It's a live driven video, and I think it's a live driven video simply because that's where you're going to make your money in that time.
You know something? This song, though, in general, not necessarily the video, but this song has really grown on me. This is a new era KISS song. That's a playlist song for me.
Yeah, I agree.
This is definitely on my list now.
Yes, I agree. I got, I watched the video 3, 4, 5 times, and yeah, I
It's
was
a
like,
good tune. It's a
yes.
good tune.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it pains me a little bit to say it, but yes. So we're going to close this episode out with what I believe is the last music video that will ever come from KISS. And it is self-admittedly my guilty pleasure. I liked the song. I like Samurai Sun. And I loved the video, and I'm almost embarrassed to say it. I'm not sure why, but I love superhero KISS, and I'm not a huge fan of anime, but this video is great to me. And if this is the last music video we got from KISS, I'm okay with this being the last one. Now, with that being said, this version of the song, and there's 2 versions of the song, but this version of the song is very much about Japan and Mamoru Clover Z. But as I've said before, I think this is a great bow to the Japanese fan base who have always supported the band, and I think it's a good thing. My only knock is if you're going to do this for the Japanese fans, and Dan the Man, this is a shout out for you, you should do something for the Australian fans, because they supported the band as much, if not more, than the Japanese fans did. And that's not including the American and the Canadian fans. We get everything. Like, Kiss is always doing something for the American fans. So it was nice to see this video with I guess a Japanese pop group. I don't know whether they're K-pop or what they are. I don't know what they are. To do this with that group at a time in their career when they didn't care about selling anything, I don't think. It does come across as they did this for fun. And it was kind of nice to see them finally do something that was for fun. And I think it's a fitting end to this episode and to the music videos.
Yeah, I mean, if you do something, I think that's an interesting word that you use when it comes to music, the music business, and bands, because I think when you first start out as a band, it's organic, right? You're enjoying it. I'm using that word. You're enjoying what you're doing. It's all about the artistic quality of what you're creating and putting it out there and wanting people to get into what you do and all this kind of stuff. And then it becomes work, it becomes a job, and it's not fun. So when you do see a band, that's why we go back and forth we go back to the acoustic thing that they did. Like when you can actually just visualize and see the joy that a band is having on stage, it does change the quality of the experience for you when you see that. And you're right. The one thing I get, like the song's okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's not a skip song. The video is really, really cool to me, but you definitely see that they're enjoying the experience because they also have like a little documentary thing that's connected to some of that too. So you see that they really enjoyed their time in Japan.
Wrap up. You got anything you'd like to add to this extravagant episode?
I love videos. If I had to name, like, you may want to do a poll. What is your favorite video all time of Kiss? I guess you could do makeup. I would say maybe your favorite video all time in the MTV era. I would probably still say I'm so attached to All Hell's Breaking Loose, but there's so many of their videos that I really enjoy. Forever is another one I love. I feel like for the most part, as a whole, I think Kiss did a great job on videos as a whole in marketing their brand.
Wow, you know what? I love it when you make me speechless. I'm not sure I could choose one video. I'm really not. I'm not sure I could choose my favorite Kiss music video.
For entertainment value, I just love that All Hell's Breaking Loose. That just stands out to me. But yeah, again, they made a lot of good videos. I don't think there was too many videos that I didn't like. Even like I know you don't like the colors and the outfits of All Night, but I love All Night. The video is really, really cool. You know, they made a lot of great videos. That's how I sum it up.
If you're listening to us on any of the podcast platforms, please leave us a review. And if you just found us, check out our past episodes. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel and you like this episode, please consider hitting the like button, just like him, and leaving us a comment. Hit that subscribe button, just like him, so you don't miss any future episodes. And check out these episodes right here. As always, if you made it this far, thank you for supporting us. And don't forget, if it's too loud, you're too old. Peace out, Hooligan Nation.